Hey you guys, what's up? It is KlaireeBerry and I'm here a little bit more bundled up today than I have been in the past. It is getting colder. We just had like a very cold night and it's a little bit out of the blue. Summer stayed. It was kind of like, for us here, at least in Missouri, the weather was kind of indicative of some of the stuff that's been going on. It's like, it's going to change, but it hasn't done it yet, and we're all just waiting. But now we're finally getting into it, and with this full moon this weekend, we are really, really on course for starting some new things and carrying on the new beginnings I think that we've already begun to make thus far this year. Okay, so I am going to do a reading. Who is this reading for? That is a good question, because I was coming in like I'm doing a general reading, but I'm not sure if that is what I wanted to do or not. We're going to do water signs first. Okay, so this is going to be for water signs. Again, if you're not a water sign and you're here, it's whatever. You are drawn here for a reason. Keep an open mind, take what resonates, etc., etc., etc. Also, sometimes, my readings are really applicable to anyone, and that, stuff can be gotten out of them, and you can always revisit or think about it later and say, oh yeah, that makes sense now, or I see how that's coming to play. So again, we are in the Pisces moon right now until about 11 o'clock tonight, at least Central Standard Time. So we are going to get into this for our water signs. So thank you for joining me. I really love to interact with you guys, and any like, share, subscribe, follows are all really, really, I'm very grateful for them. Okay, so we got a great start here. Lots of stuff going on, actually, and it's like we have been kind of thinking about this new beginning, working towards this new beginning. Everything's about this new beginning. But it's a process. It's coming. The new beginning is still coming. No matter what you've made or changes you've made, or even changes that you thought you made and then you went back and kind of, did we unmake them? It doesn't matter. It's all happening here for our own good. And there's a lot going on. I think this is a big time in our lives. And it has been right now. Like, you've been changing the way, kind of your whole storyline and the way that you're relating to the world. Where did that go? Okay, so our first two cards are actually Judgment and then Moon card. Okay, so again, two major arcanas. And then to clarify the Judgment card, we get the Temperance card. And these are two out of the three cards that have just been popping up so much for Libra season. We are still in the Libra moon, sun. And it's giving us a lot of this balancing energies, balancing out ourselves, which is going to balance out our relationships, which is going to balance out the entire world. We're all here to help make this world a better place. And that's what we're doing. We are able to take things. Why does this feel like there's like hardly any cards in here? Anyway, do you feel like something's missing in your life? But yeah, you've been working, I think, hard on these big, issues and concepts in your life of like, who are you and how do you relate to others? What is, this balance within yourself that you can, find? You can have this temperance, temper your emotions, temper your like enthusiasm sometimes if you need to, or, whatever is necessary for any given situation is kind of, I feel like what this is, dealing with. And so it's like you almost had it in your mind that you wanted to change, that you wanted to do this, that you wanted to be more fair, whether it's to yourself or to others, and you're following through with it. You really are making the changes, I think, that you need to see. And again, this is not only you're changing your own life, but you are really helping to change the world, like I said. Okay, so as we keep going on here, what else are we seeing? And it is the time for, to celebrate any little milestones also that you have made, and to enjoy, the fruits of your labor with these relationships. So I feel like a lot of this judgment has to do with, like using the shadow work, doing the correct type of judging that we're really made to do, where it's a knowing that any judgment that comes up, again, whether it's you or another person, that it's there for a reason, that you're going to use it. Okay, it's like if you use your own faults against you, nobody else can use them against you, and that's what we do here. It's our own power we're taking. Okay, and again, that all helps you to learn about the law of attraction. Check out the playlist that I have, and then it just helps you to grow and to grow and to grow and to get, the finer things in life, and get this balance to where you can handle anything. And, you're going higher, you're going deeper, you're going within, and people are taking notice of this change that you're making. People are seeing you take maybe what was not so positive, and make it into something beautiful. And again, help to shine that light for other people so that they can realize that not only is it possible, but hey, this is how we do it. And here are some tips. You know what I mean? So I feel like one of the best things and the biggest things for you that it's going to help is your love relationship right now, your significant relationship. This doesn't have to be romantic. It could be your significant, relationship is with your mother, or your significant relationship is with your boss, or even with yourself. It doesn't matter. Relationship's a relationship. You know what I mean? So we are greatly benefiting, and I feel like we're already starting to benefit. I feel like your relationship, oh my gosh, they're just popping out here. Your relationship is already starting to benefit from this, and you're starting to feel like you've really, gosh, and we got justice again. What did I say at the beginning? It's like all the same. Sorry about this lawnmower guy. It sucks he has to come so close. I may move, but I think my windows are up, so we should be good. But you're learning how to meet your partner too, on the right playing field. Again, you're coming in with your cup full. They're sharing cups here. They're pouring them back and forth. So when one person's cup gets a little bit low, yeah, the other person can help fill it up, but it's also about filling up your own cup and realizing that you've got an endless supply, to fill up your own cup if you only would recognize that. You know what I mean? It's not about trying to get everything you need from your partner, because let's face it, in this day and age, you used to have a community, a tribe. In this day and age, we don't really rock that way anymore. It's like what we do now is kind of rely on our person for everything, for sex, for cuddling, for love, for talking, for best friendship, all of this stuff. And that can be, kind of a big deal. It can kind of be a lot. Okay. And yeah, he's going away now, but I think I might still move. Anyway, I'll keep going for now. But this is improving. I can see that there has been growth in your relationship, and it's, if you continue to learn about the law of attraction through my program and do the shadow work, and go within here. There's a lot of shadows here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of opportunity. Let's see if everything will stay. I highly doubt it will, because I got some hills here. Okay. I'm not going to put my seatbelt on because I'm going down the street, down the parking lot. Okay, and hopefully... Oops. Okay, so sorry, you guys. I'm going to pause. Okay, so yeah, again, very much beneficial for you to do this work, no matter who you are, what you're doing, what you want out of life. Whether it's you want more money, you want more freedom, you want more time, you want your everyday to look different, you want to move, whatever you want to do, be more healthy physically over time. These are all things that can be improved. It's holistic health. So it really, when you improve one of these energy areas, it really will just go and improve the others as well. Okay. So be fair to yourself, and that includes putting yourself first and showing up for yourself when you need yourself. Again, this is about you showing up with your love cup full. If your love cup is not full, then you take time and fill your own love cup up so that you can give to others even more. Don't give it to others thinking that they're going to fill you back up, when in reality, that's not their job. And they really can't do that. You're the only person who can really, truly do that. Okay? So, been getting the Nine of Swords a lot, and the Nine of Swords is not really scary because we know that for every single one of these swords, we do the shadow work. I mean, that's what those crows are. The crows are the shadow work, and the crows are helping, they're going to help her to escape, somehow. And whether they're going to, it's going to lift it up instantly, or it's going to allow her to be able to move it, it's whatever. But it's like right now we're still asleep. Without this shadow work, we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep on doing the same things. We're going to keep on manifesting the same things if we don't look into our inner thoughts, our inner feelings, our shadow side, our negative thoughts, our judgments, our complaints about every little thing. Anytime you judge someone, anytime you judge yourself, anytime you judge a situation, and and you don't like it, you want to be doing shadow work on it. It's very important. It's very, very helpful. And if you want to learn how to do that, check out my program. It is free right now. I also have a VIP coaching club, unlimited lifetime coaching, and I also do personal readings. So you can check that all out in the description box below. I'm here to help you in whatever way that you would like to be helped to, again, achieve this holistic healing and, get better at the holistic side of the law of attraction, because that's where the real, when you bring all of it together instead of just the mental and maybe a little bit of teeny tiny emotional, but mostly when people think of a law of attraction, they just do the mental stuff. And it's not about that. It's about the holistic energies all coming together of the mind, the emotions, the body, and also just like your habits, what you're doing over time. Okay. So it's like, it's time to wake up now. Sometimes you don't want to wake up. Sometimes waking up, you think it sucks. And then an hour later, you're like, oh, this is a great day. What was I worried about? You know what I mean? And it's like, you can just have these kind of reactions, these habitual reactions to things that happen. And it's like, you don't need to be afraid of these negative thoughts. You actually have control. Like people, you don't have control over every single little thought, but you can control your thoughts enough over time to where you're really making a big difference in the types of quality of, the thoughts that you're having. And that affects your emotional, and that affects your actions, and that affects your habits and your results and what you get out of life. Okay. But I'm really feeling like until you decide to do this work, things are going to stay the same. There's going to be more heartache, more negative thinking, just drawing you in situations, getting you stuck, and blocking you from really making any progress. It's kind of like, oh, woe is me. Well, stand up and take control. Wake up and take control and do it and do this. You can do this. Okay. And now my freaking I hope it doesn't get too hot for this. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. Anyway, so once we do the shadow work though, okay, see, like, this is dark. They've gone within here, This is about showing up for yourself. This is about taking care of your inner child. Because after you're done with the shadow work, you go right on. The program goes from the law of attraction to the shadow work to the inner child healing work. And the inner child healing work is what you need in order to get to the point of union where you feel like, you're a family with your person. And that's, I feel like, where the vast majority of people watching this video are going to want to be with their intentions, because this relationship stuff keeps popping up. And again, it doesn't have to do with kids. If you want a family, then yeah, that might mean that you might be able to get that after you do the shadow work. But it's more to me coming through as this family sort of ideal, that we all, whether it's you want to be married or you want to be, engaged, or you just want to like see each other like enough, like a lot, to where, you just like have that more of a family feeling, like know you're going to be with them, on certain days and on holidays and things like that. Like just knowing that they're always going to be there, that deep love, that unconditional love as you get in a family situation. Okay. And the way, that we're going to get there again is by adjusting these thoughts and doing the shadow work. Pretty straightforward and simple here. Okay. But that is going to empower you. It is really going to empower everything you do. Again, it all starts with you. Everything in your life, was once a thought. Everything in anybody's life was once a thought. Everything that was ever invented or ever done, was once a thought. And that's why controlling our thoughts, going deep into our thoughts, really understanding why we operate the way we do. Why do we think this way? Why do we feel this way? Why do I keep on feeling that? Well, a lot of times it's the stuff we do in our past. So you learn how to do the shadow work, you get good at it, and then you go into your past, and then you do the shadow work and more, again, on your inner child. And whenever you do that, you don't need these rigid structured beliefs that are put on you, this social conditioning. You don't need any of that. And you don't need these rigid beliefs that you, again, put upon yourself at a past, or that somebody else in your life has put on you in the past, that we just latch onto when we're younger. Whether it's when you're actually a child or when you're just a little bit younger, it's the same stuff. We can have thoughts and emotions that, intertwine together to form beliefs at any time in our life. It just happens a lot when we're children, and it happens a lot erroneously, because when you're kids you don't know a lot of stuff, so you can really, and other people are so they influence you so much when you're a kid, so it's so easy to have other people's rigid structures of beliefs on us, and they could be totally incorrect. And we need to shed those. We need to cut those out. And it is possible. And this is like what you have to do, or you're gonna have tower moments after tower moments after tower moments. You can rise above the tower moments. You can have, a life where, if you have a tower moment, it's very small. It seems very small because you're so high. You're so, like up in the sky. And I'm feeling like this might be coming through and saying here over the next couple of days, there might be some crises moments or panic types of feelings that come across. And again, it may be us just completely making our own reality here, like we always do, and just making trouble for ourselves this weekend. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that might be kind of the vibe. But any type of tower moment that happens this weekend is going to help us to kind of change. It's gonna light a fire under our butt to keep on with this kind of refinement. Right now we're sort of, it's a kind of an emotional, it's kind of blurry, it's kind of like you don't really know, but we're gonna kind of, like I said, kind of refine some of our ideas and some of our processes here. And we're going to get more excited about them as we do that. And this weekend, this full moon in Aries is really going to help with that. It's really going to help us, again, to kind of come into our own power, okay? Take control of our own life. Know that we're in control of our own life. Just be, we might be setting boundaries. We might be still kind of picking up the pieces from these old tower moments and still wanting to be a little bit protective. We might still wanting to be like running and hiding a little bit, but I think that we are going to be dealing with stuff. I think that even if we have that urge where we kind of want to hide or don't want to deal with it, like it's going to come out one way or another. And that maybe, it's something to think about, as we go into this weekend, and know that there is this possibility for, for things to go off. But there's also a possibility, again, to really, really learn from them. So just keep your head screwed on straight, keep your body and everything, going well, and try to stay in a positive mode so that you can kind of make the best out of this for whatever happens to come up for you this weekend. It's going to help us. It's going to help us like change our perceptions a little bit and get a little bit deeper into exactly kind of seeing things, maybe how we really do need to see them, and in order to move forward. And it's going to be motivating. It's going to be like, yeah, I'm ready for the next level. That's what it's going to bring us. Okay. And again, we're coming into this place where we're just kind of opening up a little bit more and changing our perceptions and opening ourselves up to this new beginning in a very practical level. On some level, it's kind of like we're just wrapping our mind around what it might look like. You may have revelations, so like, oh, well, maybe I don't need this, but this is what I really want. And then you might be able to communicate that, with your person or your partner or your significant other in whatever shape, form that may be for you. Okay, you have to deal with the aftermath. We can't run. We can't be in denial right now. You can't just cover stuff up right now. That's not going to work for us. Okay, water signs. This is very supportive. This is all, we just have to know that everything happens for a reason. And even if it's temporarily painful, it's there for us to dissect, and it's there to show us something. And that's why it's good to, again, get enough sleep. Take care of your body. Take care of your body in all ways, not just like, oh, paint your nails, do your hair. This is about keeping your body pure so that you don't have ailments and things that cloud your mind and get in the way of you being able to focus on yourself. Okay, this is all about putting yourself first. Who's queen bee? You're queen bee. You attract everything, and you set the tone. You set the tone for how other people treat you. So I feel like some of this refinement that we're going through has to do with us working that out, kind of in, again, a practical way. How are you going to allow people to treat you? How do you want people to treat you? Are those things in connection with each other? Here the guy came right next to me again. What a punk. Using annoying things for your own benefit. Somehow. You're like, at first you're like, why? How the hell would this lawnmower guy annoying me all day? How is this going to help me or help me learn anything or help me in any way, shape, or form? Well, maybe I need you. If you do your shadow work, you're like, okay, well, he's being annoying. He's bothering me. Okay, how am I bothering somebody else? And then you say, he's not being annoying. He's just doing his job. And this probably isn't even hurting anything anyway. People can probably still hear me. I'm fine. Calm down. No big deal. Or, like, I don't know even how to flip it in another way. He is being, like, he's probably annoying himself. Poor guy. He's got a crappy job. So I'm going to be nice to him. I'm not, like, that type of stuff just helps you and helps you process and helps you see things in different ways. But there's also other things, just lessons to be learned from things as we go through our lives. And again, back to, showing people how to treat you. We may have to take a step back from where we're at. I know a lot of people right now, a lot of like people in the twin flame community are like not necessarily in union or not like seeing their person, and we have to be okay with that separation and use it. That separation is just like any other pain or annoyance. It is trying to show us something. It needs to happen. Okay. So, and that's a very good time. I almost feel like when you're setting your boundaries, and if you're changing, if you're like going from the doormat to the dream girl or whatever, you're changing the way that you operate. You're making new boundaries. You need some time apart in order to, just put a physical like halt to the old ways. You know what I mean? It's like if you don't do that, then it's just too tempting to go through and keep doing things the same way, keep on seeing things the same way, letting things slide like we used to. But we're not going to do that anymore. We are totally stepping up. We know what we want. We know we deserve it. And we're filling our own self up and making ourselves feel good, look good, think well, think good. And all of this, it takes some time to work all of this stuff out. So it's not necessarily about rushing it. It's about knowing that this is a process. And again, if you take 2 steps back, then don't worry, because all you have to do is show up consistently over time, and you can still get better in so many ways. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 more cards here just to wrap up the reading. We do have not only the Ace of Pentacles here, but we also have the Ace of Cups. Oh, and then the 2 of Pentacles comes out. So yeah, your beginning is going to progress. It's going to progress very steadily here, as long as you're doing the shadow work, as long as you are knowing that you have the power. You're a demigoddess or god, and you have all the power. You have creation source energy inside of you. And it's like, how do we balance that? Well, we just balance our inner and our outer. We balance our mind and our emotions, inner, and then, you balance your actions, and then your actions over time become your habits and your results. And so, when the inner and the outer is balanced, that's when you're going to have a balance in your relationships. That's when you're going to have a balance, in your money and your schedule and, all of these different things that we always think about. All starts within. Set the boundaries. Figure out where you need to set boundaries and do it. It's all about how you feel going into this is really going to affect everything. And it's not, oh, how do I feel today, happy or sad? It's how you feel about yourself, which is set up by how you think about yourself. And how you think about yourself, you can change. You can change that, and then your feelings will change, and then your actions will change, and then your habits over time will change. And then guess what? You've changed your life Okay, it's really very simple process when it comes right down to it. Hopefully you got a lot out of this video. Let me know. You can follow me all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest. I've got all the most updated prices always on my website, KlaireeBerry.com. Again, thank you so much. I hope you're doing great. Happy weekend. Happy full moon. Much love, many blessings, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.